What is your purpose here?
To protest for the imprisonment and torture of Soheil Arabi.
Well, okay, wait, let's step back a small bit.
Okay.
Thank you. So what is your name and a contact telephone number? Because everybody that demonstrates at every embassy, we take their details. It's what we always do.
Okay, and I'm trying to, I know that's what you always
Why
do.
can you not just give me your contact details and we can carry on with this? Because I've got loads of other things to be
Do I
doing.
have to?
I would prefer it, to be fair.
Okay, I don't prefer it.
Okay, all right.
Who's blocking the door?
We
You
work
guys
here.
are working.
Yeah, we work here.
We're working as well.
No, you're not working there, yeah.
What?
You're
This
not
is our
working.
job. Activism is our job.
Oh, full-time job? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, then.
Where are the reporters, by the way? There's nobody covering this. If this was about Muslims or Jews being killed somewhere, there would be reporters here. Where is the BBC? Where is the BBC Persian at least? Where's BBC Persian? This is about Iran. We're right in your neighborhood. We're in London. BBC Persian has a headquarters here, and this is about Iran. I reached out to BBC Persian. Why are you guys not here? Why are you guys not here? How much more relevant can this get? You're in the same city. This is about Iran. This is your niche. This is exactly what you're supposed to be covering. We're right here, and you're not.
On the 17th of August, I attended a protest in London at the Embassy of Iran with the goal of bringing attention to and consequently setting free Soheil Arabi. Soheil, as you may or may not know, is an Iranian blogger who was sentenced to death in 2013 on charges of insulting the Islamic prophet Muhammad. Yes, sentenced to death, which means hanging in Iran, for expressing an opinion. In 2015, however, due to protests exactly like the one that I attended, his sentence was commuted to years in prison and reading 13 religious books and studying theology for 2 years. The sad truth is, without us, you, speaking out, Iran will have him rot in prison for the rest of his short life. As it stands, Soheil has been on hunger strike for the mistreatment of other prisoners for 40 days. His mother has been arrested and moved to an unknown location, and quite frankly, without immediate action, he will likely die in prison. What follows are scenes of the event and interviews with those who attended.
Good sir, pleasure to see you again.
Nice to see you.
If you can give us just a quick rundown of why you're here and what you're trying to achieve, what we're trying to achieve, that'd be fantastic.
To support Soheil Arabi, who has been in prison now since 2013, so that's 6 years he's been in prison. He's been beaten so badly that he's had to be hospitalized. Now his mother's been arrested, and basically for just airing his opinion on Facebook, which is something we all do, and we take for granted.
The thing that strikes me is not how bad he's got it, but how good we've got it. We don't even think about the fact that we can say whatever we want and get away with it. You were just talking to the police. And you were basically sticking it to them, and they can't do anything.
Right.
Like they were saying, you're not going to stand here, and you said, yes, we are, and that was the end of it.
Right.
We live in a country where you can do that kind of thing. These people live in a country where you can't even make a Facebook post without getting arrested and sentenced to death.
The obvious response that an Islamic Republic takes, apparently, to a simple Facebook post criticizing ideas that they uphold is brutality, is torture, and there's way too much complacency among people who have the rights and have the ability to stand up and actually fight against that. So I want to basically be here to say, get off your ass, actually do something about this.
And every time people start ignoring his case, every time there's silence, they mistreat him, they torture him. He's been away from his daughter. Now his mom has been captured. His mom has been arrested because his mom was trying to get him out for a Facebook post.
He represents, basically our fight for free speech and the right to believe what we want to believe without fear of intimidation, violence, ostracization, and so on.
Thanks for being here, I really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, it's our duty.
Yeah.
Giovanni Gaetani, I'm here on behalf of Humanist International, and we are an international NGO that works all over the world to defend the rights of non-religious people. And that is atheists, humanists, agnostics, skeptics, rationalists, and so on. As Armin told before, in more than 13 countries, the simple fact of being an atheist can lead you to a death sentence, or in 73 countries there's still prison or death penalty for blasphemy. And we campaign to end blasphemy laws and to abolish all apostasy law.
I see that you're calling it exactly what it is, and I assume that's why you're here today. And I assume that your goal today is to just try and and you want to call Islamic fascism exactly what it is.
There are people in London today and this year and in the summertime who are knocking down Parliament's door and saying, do something about the climate, do something about animal suffering.
Right.
We should be going to the embassies of these countries, knocking down their door and doing exactly the same thing.
But we are here also to remember all the cases of atheists and humanist and liberal people in the prisons of Iran, Raif Badawi, Ahmad Reza Jalali, and many others, but also all the other prisoners in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, and many other countries.
I would support anyone, doesn't matter what religion, faith, or whatever you believe or don't believe. Everyone has the right to believe what they want, but without fear of intimidation and threats and violence and imprisonment.
And like you said, if this was a Muslim who was being persecuted, there'd be more people here, and more of them with cameras, and more of them from newspapers.
As they should.
As they should,
Yes.
exactly.
Right.
Like that's a good thing that they're there doing that, but they should be here as well.
Yeah. What do you say to people that this is not going to accomplish much? Like, Iran is not going to do anything, what's the point of doing all of this? What do you think?
Can you do any better?
That's what a lot of people I don't realize about this that I've been telling about it. Yeah, he's arrested now, but he was originally sentenced to death.
Right.
And that only gets retracted when human rights organizations kick up a big fuss about it.
Actually, that's a very good point, because to the people that say that these kind of things don't have any effect, the only reason why they removed the death sentence is exactly because of stuff like this. But then now people started ignoring him, and they started torturing him.
Yeah, that's what Steve was saying earlier, yeah.
You have to understand, atheists and blasphemers and secularists are in Islamic theocracies, people are hunting them down, and us atheists, we're not doing that much to speak for them. We're not protecting each other. We're not like when people go after Christians, when people go after Jews, when people go after Muslims, they have communities and organizations and funds to try to raise awareness, to make a noise. We don't do that. We're trying to fill out the silence that is there, that silence that kills people. Atheists silence when blasphemers and atheists are being arrested and tortured and killed around the world. Your silence is killing people. Why do you think a lot of atheists don't do much other than make a Facebook post or some memes and stuff when it comes to fighting religion? But when they go after atheists, when they're being hunted down, they don't get off their ass and show up to something like this.
I think some of this is fear. I mean, I hear people say, oh, I don't want to be kind of misconstrued, like I don't want people to think that I'm dog whistling, or I don't want people to think I'm Islamophobic or something like that. And what you're dealing with is standing up for the rights of people that if they speak their mind, they're in physical danger.
Right.
They're in the danger of being tortured. You're not.
And if people were here, if more people were here, and if there were reporters here, and this was getting coverage, it wouldn't just be Soheil Arabi that would benefit from this.
Exactly.
Because it would be the next atheist that they would think twice before they arrest.
Exactly.
Or they put on death row. If they would torture. Like you're saving many other people that can't come after Soheil Arabi by showing to Iran, to Saudi Arabia, to Pakistan, that there will be a reaction.
Exactly.
That your country will be embarrassed on an international stage. That politicians will be forced to reconsider trade agreements with you because their voters are demanding it. So the hunger strike that Soheil Arabi is having right now is not for himself. He's protesting the conditions of other prisoners. So while his case is being reviewed, he's putting himself in more risk while in prison by protesting other prisoners' conditions. Why can't we do the same thing for him?
If we're not doing that for them, what are we doing for him?
We're not even going on hunger strike. We're just showing up.
It's not much.
It's the minimum, guys. Come on, you can't do the minimum.
It's not the hardest thing to do.
If you can't, just come out. It's not that hard to do. There are people, activists and secularists and atheists in Bangladesh. They're risking their lives for this, and you can't even be bothered to show up, to speak, to be their voice for the people that don't have a voice. There are people in Saudi Arabia, atheists in Saudi Arabia, that are risking everything for freedom. And you can't risk a few hours on a weekend for freedom, for free speech. If you didn't know that this is happening today, follow us, all of us, you know, Atheist Republic, Cosmic Skeptic, Genetically Modified Skeptic, Rationality Rules. They talk about this, okay? They're going to let you know where the next one is going to be.
The last thing I'd like to say is this. If we won't use our free speech to defend those who have lost theirs, we don't deserve it. Armin is exactly right. Totalitarian, theocratic dictatorships might not give a crap about human rights, but they do care about their reputation. They need trade agreements. The way that we, all over the world, can make an impact is by getting our governments to clearly condemn the imprisonment and torture of Soheil. Given this, I'd like to ask a thing if you will. If you live in the UK, please, please, please sign the petition link below. If we can hit 10,000 signatures, the UK government will have to respond, and this will send a clear message to the Iranian government. And if you live anywhere in the world, including the UK, please sign the change.org petition. Soheil is currently on hunger strike for other prisoners. He is in a terrible situation, and yet he's still giving. The least we can do is sign a petition.